for each question. St. Cloud State joins us now. NCHC regular season champions, top-ranked team in the field, 25-8-6 this season, making their 8th NCAA tournament in the last 12th NCAA tournament overall. Joining me are head coach Bob Motzko in his 13th season, and senior forward Judd Peterson and junior defenseman Jimmy Schultz. Open it up now for Coach Motzko to make a brief statement.
Well, we are excited to be here, and I can tell you that we got knocked out a year ago after a nice run, and when it goes away from you, you want to get back in this thing, and I think our older guys have really come to appreciate and know the hard work it takes to get into an NCAA tournament, and you know, we've had a very good season, but we want to get back in this thing, and we're an excited group, I can tell you that.
Open it now for questions.
Bob Chagraff with The Athletic. Coach Territory talked a bit about your relationship and how far back you guys go. What is it going to be like going up against a guy that you know so well?
Who are you talking about?
Frank.
I never heard of him. Oh, no. Frank, we've gone back a long time, and it's always fun to see him. Everybody I've walked into the building so far, you know, have you seen Frank yet? And you know, he's down there. We just saw him, and you know, it's a cloud of dust wherever he leaves, and a ball of energy. And he's been a dear friend of mine forever. He and his brother, and I have asked to play him many times, and he's already saying no. He doesn't want to play an Olympic rank. I'll play at a neutral site. So you get your wish, here you go, is what he started. But it's always great to see the Territories, and you know, Tom's son is on Air Force, so Tom will be here. But our focus right now is squarely on our. I have plenty of time to go have some fun with him, and we're not going to have any fun this weekend, I can tell you that.
Coach Eric Thorson with KSFY TV here. Just talk about coming back to Sioux Falls, where you were one of your early head coaching down in the USHL. Memories as this spring back.
And I remember you, Eric. Good to see you. This was a great spot. You know, I've been so fortunate a lot of spots along the way, and two of my kids were born here in Sioux Falls and started a USHL franchise here. And they come back, and when I come back all the time recruiting, or we always stop on our way through down to Omaha. This is one of our stopping points, and I gotta say this the right way. I wanted to be here. I did. I was not sure I wanted to be here with a bunch of green people, but it worked out where it, you know, how it did, because the way it would have, we would have been out east, and that turned out that we got to come here. So it is special to come back and to see, you know, what has happened since I left. This is just a phenomenal facility. The NCAA, we've been looking for venues and communities in the West to have a region site, because there's been so much talk on region sites don't work. It's going to work here, and it's going to be a big success, and I think it can be a big success. Unfortunately, we're going to learn from North Dakota. They're not here. It's still going to. This is a great spot, and I think we can learn that. And the NCAA is going to, the committee is going to see it. What a terrific spot! And you've got a new arena down in Omaha, that you know that it could go. And one day there might be one in Des Moines. And these are great spots, and fans are going to have a great experience. I think the teams are going to, and it's going to be well received in this community.
Bob, Matt from the Duluth News Tribune. What kind of impact has your captain, Judd, had for you guys this year, especially? I don't think I've seen him on the injury report at all this year, too, which
It's positive.
Judd I love Judd, and he's his impact to us every year is he's a phenomenal human being. He's a great student. We use him in so many situations. You know, I just said Judd. I mean, I call him Petey all the time, and I must scream Petey during the game 400 times, because Petey, go, Petey, get out there, because there's so much that he brings to the table on a team that's had success. And sometimes some of the limelight will go to, you know, the big guy with the big shot sitting on the other end, or Mikey. But let me tell you, when you do the film and you clear the deck and look how we got to so many victories. You know, Petey and his line they're a big part of a lot of it. So 4 years he's been a terrific player for us, and we want to extend this season as long as we can with him.
Judd, Coach kind of touched on it back here at the regional after missing last year. For you, what does it mean as a senior, as a captain, to get your team to this point and the position that you guys are in as the top overall team?
Yeah, no, it's nice to be back. Obviously, last year kind of hurt, and obviously I was fortunate enough my first 2 years to play in the regionals, and my first year, we one game away from a Frozen Four, so I have some experience there, and to be back here this week, and this is unbelievable for me, and I know for the guys and for the freshmen coming in or that are here this year. I know it's been an awesome experience for them, and like seedings we've been talking about all week. Even though we're number one, seedings don't mean anything now. It's a one-game elimination, and it's going to come down to who's on their A game and who's more prepared. And I think we understand that, and the guys are ready. They're excited. Like I said, my third time being here, and I love being here. This is awesome. And been fortunate to be a part of such a good, university that's had success, and hopefully, like Coach was saying, we can kind of carry this season out as long as possible.
You enjoy all the Minnesota ties in this regional?
Yeah.
A lot of talk in North Dakota not being here, but a lot of Minnesota friends of yours playing this one.
Yes, yeah, a lot of friends around. So I mean, sets up for a good weekend. Obviously, hopefully we have more success, but no, yeah, it's gonna be a good weekend.
Randy Johnson, I'll start with you. Jimmy, Air Force has caused a lot of problems for higher seeds over the years. What do you guys do to guard against that?
Well, I think first we can't take anything for granted. All the 4 teams that are here deserve to be here. Everyone talks about seeding, and it's such an important thing, just based on who you play and everything like that. But we have to just put that in the back of our minds and really not think about it, because it's one game, and in college hockey, really anything can happen. There's been upsets. We just saw it. I think it was last year. Air Force beat Western Michigan, who was a really good team. We watched Mankato as a 1 seed lose to RIT, and things like that happen all the time. So seeding really doesn't matter. It's one game, and whoever shows up to play is gonna get the win.
Ferris State beat St. Cloud State. Want to keep going? We know what that feeling is.
And what else the athletic? Just I guess kind of going off of that. What did you guys learn 2 years ago from that stuff by Ferris State that you can use?
I think just more of the same of what I just said. Just you can't take anything for granted. You can't look ahead. We've been focusing all week on just Air Force, solely Air Force, not thinking about the other game, because we can worry about that if and when the time comes. So, we're going to do our due diligence on playing Air Force and doing our best to beat them, and we'll see what happens.
Well, from a broader college hockey spectrum, you got to know Don Lucia while working with him. What was your reaction earlier this week to the news that he's stepping aside?
Well, first the press conference I thought was outstanding, because sometimes in coaching we I don't think people get to know that us all for our mistakes. You know us all for our losses, and when we screw up a power play, and sometimes they get beat on you, and the person gets taken out of you. My wife taped the press conference, because we're very good friends with Don and Joyce, and when I played it when I got home, you got to see Don as a person, and he really is. He's one of the true gentlemen in our game. He's very private, and so people don't get to see that part of him. His accolades, how many coaches have there been in the history of NCAA? Like, there are a whole lot that would love to have the record that he has had at 3 different institutions, and the legacy he's going to leave. But I thought it was really a classy, touching way that people could see the Don that a lot of us know, because he really is truly a great man, and he's a family man, and he put his heart and soul into it. So he's going out his way, and that's the way he wanted to do it, and I think his legacy is going to grow greatly as we go through time, as it should.
Bob, what was it like being on Frank's territory staff?
Oh boy, I'll tell you the first practice, because I was at Miami University, and so we're at Denver, and just we're out on the ice, and we went for about an hour and a half, and we got into the coach's room, and I was taking all my gear off and putting it up, and he goes, "Where are you going?" I said, "No, we're done, thank goodness." He goes, "We're not done, we're just doing the ice." We went back for another hour and a half, 3-hour practice, and I had not gone through that before. So that's the Italian intensity that I learned quickly, that, wow, it is all day, every day. He is intense. He's fun to be around. As anyone that's been, he's that way all the time. He's probably one of the true characters in our business that we need.
Shane Frederick from the Mankato Free Press, kind of touching off of that, the connections between
all of us.
Here. Do you feel that that's, I mean, I know a lot of times it's said that college hockey is a pretty small community, but do you feel it's pretty unique at this particular regional?
Yeah, with a but. Like, if we weren't playing hockey, we'd all have a good time this weekend. It would be a great weekend. But the problem is we've got hockey games to play. And I know it's a great story, but because we are, and not just the 4 head coaches, you can go right on to a lot of how the assistants are close and tied together. And to put it all in one region where all of a sudden it just kind of fell that way, we were just given, like, we were all going at it this morning early, and Sandy was the last one to get here, and we were told him, "You missed the party, where you been?" And but I tell you, the 4 staffs they're gonna have a little fun with you, but let me tell you, it's all business behind the scenes. You want to get us all together sometime, come and meet us. I think you'd have a good time, and it's a good story, but we're here to play some hockey.
Zach Schneider, KBGR TV. I know obviously the goal is to win 2 games, get to that Frozen Four. Did it mean a little bit more to you going back home essentially to play in St. Paul?
I mean, yeah, it'd be nice. Obviously, we're not looking too far ahead. It certainly, yes, it would be nice to get back there and play. But like we've been preaching all week, is we got to focus on Air Force. They're going to be tough. They're going to come at us, and we got to match their game and bring our A game and take it 1 game at a time, and hopefully we get there.
Coach, Zach Warren with KDLT TV. You mentioned your time here in Sioux Falls. There's several Stampede alums playing on the teams here. There's 2 Sioux Falls natives who are playing on Mankato's roster. When you were the coach here, would you have ever expected anything like this, to see the kind of growth that it's had here when you first were coaching here?
Yes, and I'll tell you why. I've had the opportunity to work at, like, Mason City, Iowa, and I coached North Iowa, or if I was in Ohio. This sport it's an addicting sport. My athletic director sitting here was 4 boys. Okay, she's my boss, my athletic director. She's a hockey mom now. All 4 boys play hockey, and they don't just play hockey. I think they live the game. And am I right, Heather? And this is what this sport does. It is an addicting cult sport, and when it gets in the community, and when I was here, you could kind of feel they just had the old Merc on the other side of town, and when you go see what they built on the practice, and I think 600 youth hockey players now, am I right, from what I've heard? So am I surprised? No, you've seen this happen, and I think it's fun for parents. I think they enjoy the ride with it. It's all about numbers. That's what youth hockey is about. And look at USA Hockey and what we're doing around the country. I mean, we've also got kids from California playing here and Colorado. Mikey played here and is Colorado native. And this community to take hold of hockey how they have, and now to watch what it's done. Now, I imagine they're going to build a building like this? No, this is one of the best buildings in North America. They should be so proud of what they have here. But then when I hear 2 or 3 of their teams are in the national tournament right now at the youth level, someone told me, I hope I have that fact right. Not surprised at all, because I've seen this sport do that. It can take over, and it's a fun cult to be a part of.